psyche. And later in this scene, that the Gemini sign of twins plays Pisces sign of fish twins. And later in this scene, the character, the person that plays Earthworm, who's also John, a John of Revelation, a John the Beloved, plays the fight of ego and eros in the long dark night of the soul. So this is the scene. Full shot, last frontier of the wild mind. Late afternoon. Ultimate symphonic spaghetti western. Desert flowering miracle awakening the sleeping beauty. Into the deserted little charmed shantytown that is the former outpost at the center of the wilderness of the mind. Man comes in from the infinite desert of dry, long-lost cowboy plains to finish the timeless fight for freedom, to settle the score for free will and truth. Epic esoteric winds blow in, portending the profound showdown of deep apocalypse. In the ultimate symphonic spaghetti western, the divine psychological fight is the desert flowering miracle that awakens the sleeping beauty of truth in the collective consciousness in the universal mind. Jesus lopes in, gritted, grizzled, fearless, squinting through the opera of dust and doom and despair, in mourning, his long, lanky cowboy legs bowing in and out. Bullets of opposing forces just missing him again and again, weaving and curving around him as he walks the showdown between truth and lies, between freedom and enslavement. He walks the long, narrow promenade to the cross-center of this Wild West town, through all the long, ever-wearing stages of man, and as each ideological ambush attacks him, he conquers them, shooting slow-motion bullets left and right, shooting slow-motion bullets left and right to form the leaves and branches of the esoteric tree of life, leaving slow symphonic whirls of armed men behind. Let me start with this. He walks the long, narrow promenade to the cross-center of this Wild West town, through all the long, ever-wearing stages of men, and as each ideological ambush attacks him, he conquers them, shooting slow-motion bullets left and right to form the leaves and branches of the esoteric tree of life, leaving slow symphonic whirls of armed men behind in the beautiful, pitiless dust of beautiful, hard life, suffering none of them. Long ago, in false realities, these thinkings may have had the power to constrict his mind, but never more. Hails of bullets rain around them like beautiful, slow, torrential rain, and the desert flowers forever in rare, beautiful miracle, as every plant, animal, reptile, and being of the desert comes out to slake thirst and drink beauty. Never before seen desert creatures of all kinds. Horning peacock iguanas, desert creatures, dust dragons, color-changing slither snakes, plumage birds, sipping insects, miniature desert cactus monkeys, desert fan peacocks, and more debut upon the flourishing desert plains, teeming with newly unbridled life. Max the lizard and friends swish and smash their tails upon the smashing earth as stampeding black and white desert cows running rampant upon the plains with the neighing wild mustangs and pintos, winning wild Chattanooga fillies, yollering wild cowboy dogs, and snorting wild buffalo. At the same time, from the swinging short wooden double doors at the end of Shantytown, on the edge of the unknown and unconquered wilderness, comes his Antichrist, the Antichrist, just as powerful and fearless as him. Hatred is his only vulnerability, his psyche. Man and psyche. Jesus and Judas. Judas and Jesus. Psyche and man. Man and psyche walk toward one another, from roots to trunk of the tree of life, and blood choreography to the family of man, to face off, brother to brother, man to man, blood to blood, life for life, death to death. At the same time, from the swinging short wooden double doors, at the end of Shantytown, on the edge of the unknown, in unconquered wilderness, comes his Antichrist, the Antichrist, his psyche. Just as powerful and fearless as him, hatred his only vulnerability. Didn't I just read this? Man and psyche walk toward one another, from roots to trunk of the tree of life, in blood choreography to the family of man, to face off, brother to brother, man to man, blood to blood, life for life, death to death. As Jesus is to reach the exact cross center of town, the expanse of human history and its inroads on the mind and consciousness are seen in above expanse, its teeming, its bareness, its labyrinth, its dead ends, its paths of suffering and glory, its invisible ways, its profundity, its beauty, its mysteries, its revelations. Everything is seen from minute detail of the personal consciousness all the way to universal consciousness. The crossroads of human history and universal truth glow ambient and apparent into this highest universal consciousness. Just as man reaches the center of the Wild West town and psyche is in shooting distance, they begin their shoot-off. Man whips his guns out from behindside, his heart on the loose, to fire at psyche, and psyche does the same. Each man fires the bullets of the truth of his own conscience, his own experience, his own personal truth, and his own personal truth, and each opposing bullet meets the other head-on. Each man fires the bullets of the truth of his own conscience, his own experience, his own personal truth, and each opposing bullet meets the other head-on, creating mutual destruction and disintegration. An insurmountable, unbeatable choreography of shrapnel and gunpowder exploding continuously upon human consciousness. Man and psyche fire upon each other, white hat and black jeans, black hat and white jeans, dust to dust, light to dark, through light, through dark. They fire through every wave, stream, particle, and light and dark, of truth and lost truth, of truth and hidden truth, of truth and extinguished truth, of truth and murdered truth, of free will and terrible karma, of hope and loss of faith, of freedom and imprisonment to the chain cycles of history. They fire every doubt, every self-doubt, every fear, every love, every lost love, every success, every failure, every cherished dream, every broken dream, every promise, every crushing defeat, every thought, every emotion, every symbol, every everything from the depths of their consciousness and subconsciousness, in an excruciating hallucinatory world of lucid dreaming and nightmaring. Each thought of one is the exact same opposing thought as the other. Each weapon in the arsenal of one is the same opposing weapon in the arsenal of the other. They are matched to the death of one or the life of the other, or the death of both or the life of both. The impermanent earthly winds of fate, time, history, and sacrifice blow through the galaxy, sweeping through the earth, and stir this dusty showdown of the human psyche into a fierce, fearsome, ferocious scale of the universal psyche. From an abandoned midtown loon saloon in Shantytown, abandoned psychological parlor games, dice rolling spiritual sevens with nothing to lose, shooting 8 conscious 8-ball,